there shouldn't be a problem. And it becomes a nightmare, a total nightmare.
Buying a dream home turned into a nightmare. You heard him, for this family from Queens. The house came with something the new owners did not bargain for, a squatter. More than 4 months after purchasing that home, the family says they still can't go inside, and they've faced roadblock after roadblock trying to get the man who is staying there out. Investigative reporter Dan Kraut joins us now with more.
Sandra, the family says they've had no choice but to take the man living inside their home to court. And despite having hearing after hearing, they still haven't been able to move in.
It has just taken over everything.
Susanna and Joseph Landa bought what they thought was their dream retirement home in Douglaston, Queens.
We're looking to hopefully retire and most of all provide for my son, Alex, who has Down syndrome. He has a disability.
The new house is right next door to family members.
I just want to know that I can die tomorrow when he's next to his brother.
They signed the deed back in October. And then what happens?
The nightmare begins.
The house came with something unexpected. A man living in their home who they say refuses to leave.
We couldn't believe it. We could not believe it.
His name's Brett Flores.
They cannot come here early when I'm not here. They have keys. They're the owner.
This is what happened when the Landas tried to enter with an insurance inspector. They say Flores called the cops on them, even though they say they gave him 10-day notice. He wasn't a renter.
Never.
You didn't sign documents that said, we have a tenant.
Correct.
Court documents detail in Flores' own words why he's there. A signed statement says he was hired by the former homeowner as his caretaker, was paid $3,000 a week, and his employment ended in January of last year when the man died. He claims he has a license to stay in the house from the previous owner. What a lot of people don't realize is in New York, squatters have rights after 30 days.
30 days. How can you have rights if you have no lease, you're not paying rent? So what is your right?
Not only has Flores been living there, they claim he listed the home online to rent rooms to other people. The only way to try and get him out, they're taking him to landlord-tenant court, trying to get him evicted.
We have had already 5 hearings at civil court.
He shows up, no attorney.
If it's not one excuse, is another excuse.
He filed the bankruptcy. So that prevents everything from going forward.
Meanwhile, they've been paying all the bills.
Leaving windows wide open 24 hours.
Including thousands of dollars in utilities.
It makes me feel completely forgotten in the legal system. Not able to do anything.
As for Flores, no one answered the door. He did answer the phone. I'm doing my best to try to get your side of the story, so you're telling me to call your attorney? An attorney who told me you're going to settle it through the court system. No comment.
Our system is broken. We have no rights. We have no rights at all. Nothing, zero.
Damn, that's cold. Not only is he squatting the place for free, he got it on the market for Air B&B. This dude had the audacity to call the police on the owners. But again, in New York, if it exceeds that 30-day limit, then the squatter has rights. But at the end of the video, I'll tell you what I would do in these fickle situations. I got one more piece of footage. We're gonna roll down here to Georgia, see how they squatting down in the South. Let's go.
Brad, a local homeowner says that he is simply outraged that squatters have taken over a house that he had planned to rent. He says they broke in and changed the locks. Channel 2 Action News tried to question 2 men going into the place. What they had to say in just a moment. And the home located on Ashton Oak Circle in DeKalb County. Channel 2's Tom Regan there live in the neighborhood with the homeowner's struggle.
Yeah, Justin, this homeowner told me that it's absolutely pathetic that these squatters seem to have more legal rights than he has. He says they broke into his home last week, changed the locks, and then showed police a phony lease.
Basically, these people came in Friday, broke in my house, had a U-Haul, moved all this stuff in.
Paul Callan says he was away caring for his sick wife when he swung by his vacant rental house. He discovered it was no longer vacant. He says at least 3 people are now living here illegally.
This is probably not the first time they've done this.
He told me he inherited the house from his beloved father, who died of cancer 3 years ago. He spent thousands renovating the house himself as a rental property for government-subsidized tenants. He put this ad online and is convinced that's how the squatters learned the property was vacant.
You didn't sign any lease with them.
No, and they had it on their phone, so she didn't even have like a actual lease
document.
Yeah, it was clearly like fake.
He called police and filed a complaint alleging use of a fraudulent lease. But police told him there was little they could do. In Georgia, police can't remove squatters. It's a civil matter.
So they're in here.
Yeah, they are in there.
No one came to the door. Later, I tried to speak with 2 men going into the house. They didn't have much to say.
So I spoke to the owner. He says that you moved in here illegally. You have no lease. You changed the locks, you broke in, and you have no lease. Do you have any comment about that? Do you have any comment? He says you're trespassing in his house.
Jesus is coming soon.
By the way, Georgia lawmakers are close to passing a new law that would allow police to arrest squatters for trespassing and make use of a fake lease a felony.
Wow. So in the first case, we got a guy squatting in a property with it on the market for Airbnb while he's racking up energy bills in the homeowner's name. Secondarily, we have, I'm counting, breaking and entering, fraudulent documentation due to the phony lease, criminal trespassing. How is this a civil matter? Like, these laws have to be updated. And take in consideration, squatting originated from tenants not leaving the property. These people never paid the owners a dime. So this really doesn't apply to the first property, but if I was acquiring, say, the property in Georgia, for easy numbers, say it's 200 grand. I buy the property, I realize someone's squatting in it, and I'm putting that bitch right back on the market. You hear me? I'm putting it right back on the market for $2.25. Sell it to one of the big conglomerate real estate agencies. You feel me? Pocket the $2.25. I'll buy another property for, say, $200, $210. Pocket the rest. Do a 1031 like exchange. Roll that into the new property to defer the taxes. And as soon as I buy that property, I will acquire landlord insurance. Trust me, guys, this is extremely important to protect yourself. I know all these insurances seem like scams, but it does help the situation. You know, in some states, someone could break into your property, hurt themselves, and sue you. How crazy is that? You know. And also keep in mind, if you buying a property, get with the financial advisor. It may be even safe to open up an LLC and purchase the property within that entity. But I'm no financial advisor. This is not financial advice, you know. This is just a suggestion on what your boy would do. So again, I want to thank you for tuning in to News Junkies. Please take the time to like, share, and subscribe. Notification bell as well. And until the next time, peace and blessings.